Hey everybody, so part 3 of the Kai series, of course, as complemented by the standard Yamatake quest joining the library, we get Yamatake Kai. And the main gimmick here is warps. As long as you have warps, you are set. The other thing is that the weak points will do major amount of damage. So kind of think of it as Arcadia for Yamatake. So to respond to that, I brought two of my weak point slayers that also have no warp. That is Toyotomi Hideyoshi and Moriranmaru, who I got very recently. So both of them do extra damage upon hitting the weak point. So of course I want to be hitting the weak point as much as possible with those two characters. And for my friend list, I chose Bach Transcended. Yes, Bach. If you told me that I was gonna use Bach willingly for a impossible level, I'd say you were crazy. But he's really good here because not only does his barrage bump combo do a nice amount of damage, he is a slayer for those Onis, and as I'm sure you're very familiar with, the Onis will explode on you for death dealing damage. If you have max health with this much HP, you can survive one blast, but you're gonna have very little HP left afterwards, so not recommended at all. And as you can see, the weak points will randomly move around and basically have a 50-50 shot of it being on the correct side of one of those homing absorbers. And you basically want to pinch there, and if you can do that pinch, you're almost certainly going to take them down. But if you're not on the pinching side, on the flip side, you are not going to take down the Bahamuts, there, Bahamut X's on the bottom. So you need to make sure that you are able to enter on the weak point side. As you can see there, Bach got the pinch, but because the weak point was on the bottom of the Bahamut X, we weren't able to take it down. But this time, Belphegor is able to get in there, and since it was on the side of the weak point, all good. And that's basically it. There's no other monsters that have an exploding death except for the Onis. Now, of course, Yamatake Zero himself does have one, but it's on a very long cooldown. So, I mean, of course, you want to pay attention to it, but essentially, you want to make sure that you don't forget about the Onis. As long as you don't forget the Onis, you can do this stage. But of course, whether the maybe like a homing absorber is not around, so you can do a pinch, or they've blocked your way to the Oni such that you can't deal damage. There's a lot of ways to just get into trouble in this quest. And the Bahamuts, I think the top number is the strong one-way laser, which actually does more damage than the long cooldown, which is like the spiraling windmill of bullets. That actually doesn't do too much damage. Really, it's the one-way laser that's kind of scary. I mean, it wasn't the top. Anyways, that's really lucky positioning with Moriranmaru and Toyotomi there. All the bullets basically went on the weak point, so we were able to get rid of him easily, and now hopefully not stuck. Alright. Not very effective turn from Moriranmaru there, but that's alright. But as you can see, the homing absorbers are now in a position where pinching is possible. And, okay, I'm sure that's what I meant. Pinch the Oni from the bottom. So now, I mean, that top Oni is kind of, you should be a little worried there, because with Toyotomi being a Pierce type, you're not going to be able to get any pinches with him. And Moriranmaru, we're basically going to have to rely on him to get wedged up there on the top part of that Oni. And I think we pushed him into a good position here, so that should be possible. And let's see. Oh, okay, I'm going down first. Interesting. Yeah, there you go. And of course, if you take too long, they are revived, so that bottom Oni is back. But luckily, the other homing absorber came back, such that a pinch is possible. So hopefully, Bach can get in there and Now, like this situation, we can start relaxing a little. Of course, I mean, they're moving around, they're firing laser damages, and you want to make sure that the bahamut doesn't, you don't get unlucky and that bahamut fires that one-way laser where you have two of your monsters, you know, clumped up. Unfortunately, if Modi or Toyotomi there was a bounce type, he would have been able to get in there no problem, but as you can see, that spiral attack, not very bad. But Morinamaru, hopefully we get him under that Bahamut X, and that, there you go. Look at that. Solid damage. Alright, so stage 4, we get to see Yamatake 0 for the... let me say, I really like the way he looks there. That reddish effect along with all of the Magatamas he has. And like the old man white hair look, really nice. I really like the art for Yamatake Zero. Anyways, while you know this strategy might not be ideal, depending on your team, but of course since I have two weak point slayers, what I really should be doing is focusing on the weak point and dealing damage to Yamatake Kai as much as possible. Again, I don't know if I've said Yamatake 0 before, but I know I said it a lot during Izanami or Kushinada's Kai, so if you ever hear me say 0, just assume I meant Kai. But I guess Morinamaru had an opportunity to get the weak point of the Bahamut there, so of course less damage we have to worry about, the better for sure. But now we just want to focus on the weak point, and you know, that's something you should not forget about this stage, is that this stage, like I said at the very beginning, deals extra damage to weak point attacks. So Belphegor with her Slayer, Morinamaru and Toyotomi with their abilities for weak point slaying, they're just going to be very solid damage cannons for this quest. So if you have somebody, some of those characters that may prove to be very, very helpful. Actually, I never looked at the guide on GameWith for this because, I mean, look at the time. As you can see, I stayed up really late to do this. But I mean, it's a really fun stage. People said it was what, concerningly easy for a Kai quest. But I mean, really, there's a lot of way to easily get in trouble. Those homing absorbers are actually, while they do put themselves in a position to allow for certain pinches, this stage in particular, well, I got a little lucky there because Belphegor was in the perfect position and she had the sword, so that puts the Slayer easy. But the two Onis on the top right, bottom right, the homing absorbers will move over so that you have a wide pinch area, but as a result, if you're not in the right position, it actually becomes really difficult to actually make that pinch. So you want to be very careful you don't lose too much time before killing them. And because the Bahamut X was on the top left, and the homing absorbers also are in that area, it can actually be a little bit difficult to clear them out properly. But anyways, let's get back to this stage. Let's see. I think Hideyoshi was able to do a lot of damage as well. Morinamaru, I feel like I should have gone on the other side to deal weak point damage. Again, this is a really weak point, you know, specialized team, so being able to focus damage onto those weak point opportunities is pretty key for my team, I have to say. Now this stage again is kind of similar to that previous stage I was talking about. These homing absorbers will get in your way, but if you're not in the right position, you're not going to be able to make those pinches. So as you can see, the right one is in the pinching position, but that left one is in a very blocking position, right? Luckily there was a way for Morinamaru to get over there. Yeah, that's interesting stuff. But luckily, of course, Bach with his Slayer against the Onis, that is super helpful, super valuable. And unfortunately, since I've spent so much time, you know, trying to clear out these Onis and all them, I haven't really been focusing on the weak point damage, except for Toyotomi here, which I guess I'm going to do again, because I have confidence that Moriramaru there on the bottom right will be able to take care of that Oni, because that death counter is down to 1. And I guess I'm a little concerned because of I was planning to go left, right, so I'm gonna have to go vertical and just enough to clear him out. And so now technically, since I've basically done all of my damage with Toyotomi, now I know really that, okay, once Toyotomi gets his turn again, I'll probably be able to clear the stage. So, you know, let's just do some basic cleanup here. Ouch, that was a lot of damage. And, you know, just to be safe, I was trying to use a strike shot here, but unfortunately, I was completely caught under the Oni, so, like, my idea was to spit out towards the right and hopefully go on the right side of Yamatake, and then that would be able to clean him out. Yeah, this was a tough decision. I don't know if maybe I probably should have stayed vertical or horizontal, pick up the boot, and then go up little by little to make it up there. But I don't know. I felt like I wanted to at least for sure get that swish on the weak point. I don't know. But I mean, that's what 5 a.m. decisions will do to you, right? But the good thing is, since it's only the homing absorbers, it's fairly, you know, fairly benign attacks. I guess Yamatake, that horizon, double horizon laser attack, does do a good amount of damage if you're unlucky with your monster's positioning. But and we should note that the big cooldown now is at 4, so we're starting to get into dangerous territory here. We've definitely taken our time to whittle down damage, but I mean, that's a great thing about Yamatake Kai, at least. You know, his super attack, like most bosses, we would be dead by now because we've just simply taken too long. But because I guess, you know, there's just so much you have to clear out from the minion side that I guess Mixie was nice enough to give us a long cooldown before that big damage. Now Moriramaru, I'm going to use the strike shot right away. We're just going to go straight for Yamatake's weak point. And got some lucky shots here where the electricity bolt did hit the weak point, so that's great news. We're already at 50% max health. And Bach is in a great position here. I probably could have used a lower angle there, so kind of regret that. He kind of spit out a little too early. But now we're at, what, 20%? Maybe not even. And of course, I'm like, if only I had kept Belphegor's strike shot, I would be set here. Gonna 2-bound. And luckily I ended up on the left side so that we took down some more health. We took down the Oni, but that's really inconsequential here. We want to make sure we do as much damage to the weak point. So we are ignoring all of the minions here. And I was hoping for one more swish, but unfortunately it was just a little bit too high for the second one, so that wasn't happening. Unfortunately, the weak point ended up on the right side. If it was on the left side, I would have been much more happier, but I got one clean hit in there and survived all the one-way lasers from the Bahamut X, so all we need to do is tap that weak point with Bach. We didn't even hit the weak point. It was good enough. And that is it for Yamatake Kai. Now, yeah, it is a very much a pinch game. If you don't have the weak point slayers like I do, you know, just focus on clearing out the minions, because since Yamatake Kai has a really long cooldown before his killing blow, you have the time to clean up, and really it is all in your favor to do that. Just making sure that you don't lose track of the Oni death timer, because that is probably the easiest way to lose this quest. Now, as is with the Kai series, you get one of 5 different sub-bump combos, and I'm going to take a look real quick to see what I had gotten. And unfortunately it was the Cross Laser S, which is probably one of the worst ones from the list. Next time. That's alright. Alright, well, Thank you for watching. That is Yamatake Kai. Until next time, bye bye.